would like to call you my friends, but I'm not sure that would be accurate, that would be true. But I can call you my brothers and my sisters. And that would be true because we have the same blood that's flowing through our veins, even though our philosophy of life is different. But I find that it's important that I take advantage of the moment to share something with you that I have been privy to a long time, but it hit me today in a very special kind of way. And that is the way the world is today and why. The world today is the way that it is for a very simple reason. Many of you might try to deny it, but it's real nevertheless. The world today is like it is because of cowards. A coward, ladies and gentlemen, is a fool. An individual that is lacking true knowledge. And not having that knowledge, they don't know what is real and how to respond to that realness. And so they pick something that gives them purpose, and they ride that horse until the end. What I have found out is that it's all because of cowardice. Today, men can't stay with their families and be with them and guide them because some don't know, but they've learned a tradition. And that is a tradition of cowardice. Some don't want to argue with their spouses, can't raise their children. There's a conflict that comes between the partners. And to keep that from existing, or to keep some form of harmony, the cowardice comes in and takes over. Why do men go to war? Men go to war because they're cowards. You say, how can a man be a coward? You see, there are two kinds of people in the world. There is a bully. There's always a bully. But a bully exists only because they're cowards. Bully rise up, coward bends down. They're the same kind. And then there are men. Men who do not bully and back down from no bully. These are men who have control of their lives. And they'd rather live one day as a man, separate themselves from their family, their community, from life itself as we know it, because they're not cowards. Every soldier that is not a bully picks up a gun, go into a military because somebody says go. And the reward that they get for going is to say that you're a great soldier. You're a great individual for your country. You're patriotic. You fought boldly. And it's because of your boldness that we as a people continue to live and experience our freedoms. And that gives you comfort. But in reality, if you're not a bully and somebody said go to the military, pick up a gun and kill somebody, you would never do it. But you know, if you don't get all those nice, wonderful things said to you, all those lies. They'll kill you. They'll put you in prison because you don't obey. And you can't do that. You'd rather be a coward. You'd rather take your chance on the battlefield of shooting somebody and maybe you'll come home rather than go through what you would have to go through that the bully would put you through if you said no. But a man have no problem with that. I remember being a youngster. I don't know what it was, but anytime I saw a bully that tried to take advantage of a female, I would rise to the occasion. If you wanted to fight a female and I saw it, you had to fight me, and I never lost. If I saw a bully trying to take advantage of some other coward, a boy who had not the confidence to stand up and be bold and daring in self-defense, I would come to the occasion and say, if you want to take advantage of this one, then I offer myself instead, and I never lost. But as a young man coming out of college, I remember going to Chicago, out of Mississippi, going to Chicago And I was riding the CTA bus. I think that's the City Transit Authority. And I was coming on I believe it was Jackson Street, headed toward on the west side. We passed by a project, one of those high-rise buildings. You've heard me say this before, some of you. And what was happening, I saw a group of boys, teenagers, all young men, beating another youth with baseball bats, sticks, and they were kicking him. And people were all around. Cowards, because nobody tried to stop it except one man. He was an elderly gentleman, old. And as he moved in, you could see him from the bus trying to intervene, and the bullies would make gestures as though he better get out of the way or he would be a victim of the same thing. And as I saw it, I jumped up on the bus, I got up out of my seat and headed to the front of the bus. I wanted the bus to stop at the next bus stop, and I was going to go to the rescue because I saw myself as that young boy down there being beaten and nobody coming to the rescue. And I knew that that was wrong. But everybody on the bus said, young man, don't do that. Don't go out there. They'll hurt you. They'll hurt you. Leave it alone. Stay out of it. Don't do it. Don't engage yourself. And I stood there waiting for that bus to stop. And all of these people saying, young man, and my wife saying, don't go out there. Don't go out there. This is dangerous. You'll get hurt. You might get killed. And all of these things were coming forward at me. And you know what it did? It caused a baby inside of me. A baby that I had not even ever recognized. Fear. And it started rising up and build up to a point till I said to myself, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe these people know best. And the bus came to the bus stop, and I stayed on the bus. And I went back to my seat. That was the day I was educated about being a coward. And I've basically been a coward ever since. Oh, like many other cowards, I've stood up. I've given voice to changes. I've done this, I've done that. I've even committed crimes going to prison saying that I'm trying to wake somebody else up so I don't have to stand alone. Why? Because I'm a coward. I run for public office. I run for mayor of cities. I run for governors of state. I run for United States Senate. I run for president of the United States several times, trying to get some support that I would not have to stand alone, that we the people could rise up together and be strong. Why? Because really deep down inside, I was a coward. Why do you think you the people have to go through so much trouble? Why do you think your legislators don't acknowledge you and treat you with the respect you had hoped that they would give you when you voted them in office? Why? It is because they know that you are a coward, and not only are you a coward, many of them, when they went into office, they were sincere. They really meant to make a change. But when they got in office, they found out that what they thought the office was all about was just a facade. And there was a whole different picture going on. And rather than be a man, they did what they always do, like you do, like I do. Cowered out. Yes, America, the people lost their homes. People are not getting the education that they deserve to make them great and smart. They are not having the health care that the Almighty has provided for them. They are not exercising the careers of choices the Almighty made them to do. Why? Because they're cowards. They're cowards to a bully that says it's not so. We run this, and the people, most of them are ignorant. They don't know any better. And so they follow suit, a tradition of a coward. And where are the men? The men that stand up get shot down. But they were men. We honor them. We honor Abraham Lincoln, a man. We honor Martin Luther King, a man. We honor Gandhi, a man. We honor Jesus Christ, a man. A man's man. But we don't emulate them. Why? We tell ourselves we're smart. Better to be a live kitten than a dead lion. And so our kids come up cowards. Our grandkids, cowards, cowards. All over the world today, there are people being slaughtered. Why? To keep those who would rise up into a position of being a coward. I'm sure that presidents who go into office saying they're going to do this or they're going to do that, many of them are genuine in their statements, only to get into office and find out that it's not so simple. It takes a real man to stand up. And so our presidents, our prime ministers, our preachers, they don't tell us the truth. Why? Because they are cowards. I run for office of President of the United States today, not getting support from anyone. Nobody with money. No rich man. No rich woman. Nobody, regardless of their position in life, would support this campaign. Why? Because either they are bullies or they're cowards. They don't want what I talk about to be associated with them. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? You should not have given it to me. Why? Because I've been talking. And like you, I have been a coward, but today, this is the 14th of January, 2012, I acknowledge before the world that I am no longer a coward. I don't need America to stand behind me. I don't need the preachers to stand behind me. I don't need my wife, my children. I don't need nobody to stand behind me except truth. And truth is that I am a man of God. I was created by a power that has given me the voice to speak to you, that has given me the eyes to see you, that have given me the ears to hear you, and given me the feet to walk, the hands to do. And I have just spoken. And I am not taking any shit from anybody. Now, I say this to you because I hope that I would be living in a nation with men. But I'm not. I'm living in a nation of bullies and cowards. So I choose today to be a man. And I don't care if I don't live 15 minutes beyond this point. But I'm a man. And thank God Almighty, I can say it to you. And I know if I say, write me in as the next president of the United States, what coward is going to do that? Somebody might know that it was you who wrote Eddie Marcus in. Or you are so afraid you think that I'm ignorant and I wouldn't know what to do. You are right. I would not allow this system to keep on going the way it is. I don't care what party you represent. I don't care what your position in life is. If I were president of the United States, if I was put in that position, and those bullies didn't kill me because the God that I served decided that he wanted me to stay here and help you, I would make sure that nobody in this country would be homeless. I would make sure that nobody in this country would be denied education, the best education that America could give. I would make sure that no one would be sick, and we would do everything we possibly can to create whatever research, development is necessary to fight off any disease. I'd make sure that. I'd make sure that every one of you that required a job, a career of your choosing would be available to you. Because I know that out of that, we would be able to create whatever we the people have determined was necessary to bring us pleasure and peace in our lives. I would make sure that you would understand the difference between a coward, a bully, and a man. But notwithstanding, I know that what I say to you means nothing. But I can guarantee you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter. Because I don't need you to be a man. I just want to help you as I've been helped.